All right, everyone. On this episode of Building the X Set, I'm going to go over the problem that happened on my last autocross here. It's actually the last one of the season. As you can see, a lot of parts are out of the car right now. Basically, what happened is a friend of mine was taking the car on some runs. He's a pretty good driver, so I wanted him to do a few runs on the car just to see his thoughts on the car and some adjustments we can make. And he was about 7 or 8 runs into it, and I was working the course at the time, so I didn't get any video and couldn't really see what was happening on the car. But just about probably 1/10 of a mile before the finish line, basically there's loud grinding noise and crunching noise in the transmission, and I thought it was a bottom end failure. We've been able to diagnose it so far. Here's a video of what the car sounds like when you try to start it and manipulate the clutch pedal. I'm going to push in the clutch pedal and start the car. No problem here. Everything sounds fine. No, almost. Start letting out the clutch pedal. When the clutch pedal is in and you have it neutral, the motor revs fine, idles fine, everything like that. As soon as you start to release the clutch pedal or to engage the clutch, the gear does not matter. Neutral, first, second, whatever it's in, it doesn't matter. As soon as you start to engage that clutch, then you get that horrible rattling. So I thought transmission doesn't seem to be the problem at this point, but either way, it means I have to pull the transmission out of the car. And so I'm at that point right now. So basically, just to give you guys a quick rundown of where I'm at, the transmission itself right now is loose. I just have to take off one more PPF bolt in the back so I can swing the power plant frame arm over. Had to pull off the exhaust as the 3-inch exhaust won't allow the transmission to go down. I also had to pull up my downpipe to be able to reach some of the bolts, pull off the heat shield, things like that. And just so you can see there, we do have a little bit of separation. And I basically have the transmission just about ready to slip out over that clutch. Just got to move that power plant frame, and then we'll kind of do the on your back with your feet in the air straddling of the transmission to get it lowered down and out of the car so we can do some further inspection. Okay, give you guys a little more of a view under the car here. Show you guys what's going on. So I got the power plant frame, it's loosened up to where I can get as far over as possible. Got my speed sensor disconnected, the extra brace here to the power plant frame. Okay, if you want to see some real man's game here, look at this. Moving the jack out, holding the camera, no tripod, and lowering a transmission down on your back. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, let her down. Woo! Not near as bad as I thought that was gonna be. So there's our FM stage 1. And yeah, we're gonna get in there and see what the hell happened. All right, let's get this hunk of loving out of here. Come on. Okay. Well, looks clean in here. I mean, throw-up bearing feels fine. It definitely hasn't blown up. Let's see here, I got it in here. Let me try popping it into neutral. Is that a neutral? No. That's first, second. That's neutral. And I can't turn it. Well, let's look at the clutch. We'll go from there. Here's our pressure plate, clutch, and flywheel assembly. Nothing abnormal looking from here. Just a little, spent clutch dust, but it's looking okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the pressure plate off here, and then hopefully that'll allow me to see if the clutch disc is okay. Okay, so here is our flywheel. A little hot spotting, I think that is right there, but pilot bearing looks good, feels good, no noise. Clutch disc here is intact, it did not explode. Get it out here. Just some dust, everything looks in really fine shape. So I'm guessing we got a transmission problem here. Okay, well, I am now officially in the turbo Miata transmission hell. So basically, you know, clutch and pressure plate look fine. Bearings are all fine, like I said. You can hear that when I turn it. It's basically something's broken inside. So, you know, these 5-speeds are cheap. You know, I'm guessing I'm running a T28 at about 10 to 12 pounds of boost right now. But it's holding about 10 or 11. And it blew this sucker away. So, you know, this wasn't a new transmission, rebuilt one, or low mile one, or anything. I don't think. It was swapped in by the previous owner, and I'm pretty sure the kid was pretty rough on it. But, yeah, basically now just have to figure out where to go next on this. So real quick here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this casing apart, because this thing's basically a hunk of junk. It's just a cheap transmission. Nobody's really going to want to use it again, so figure we'll step inside and see what broke. I got the transmission part off the bell housing and the end casing, and it's pretty darn obvious what happened here. So we're missing a couple teeth on, yeah, what's a secondary shaft or something, but then you can really see this sucker here is just, I think there's, what, 5 teeth left on the whole gear. This guy, whatever this is, took out this guy. It was in second gear when it happened, so see, there's bits of metal, I'm sure, down in the bell housing there. There's tons of metal, but yeah, this guy pretty well shredded. Now that you see what turbo power can do to a stock 5-speed transmission, now I got to figure out where I'm going to go from here. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the poor lighting today, being under the car when the lights went out and burned out in my garage. So didn't have much in the way of lighting, but I appreciate you guys watching. I will update you in the next video where we're going with the X set for next autocross season. Thank you guys very much. I will see you later.